Today we're going to take a look at something a little interesting, a little project that I did on my own, inspired by watching the videos on Tested of Adam Savage and his love of cases. So I made this. Got this antique, old, beat-up case from a antique store for like 20 bucks or something like that. These cases normally are in the several $100 range, and you can see I actually have it. Made some custom cutouts and painted it here. It's a Polaroid land camera automatic 100. This is a case that I made for my first generation original Polaroid land camera pull strip type Polaroid. It's the first color Polaroid that they had too. The first generation Polaroid instant cameras had a roll film in it. They had the old style bellows, kind of vertical camera look to them. These still have bellows, but they're a little bit more advanced. They're very interesting, and I made this little stencil. Some of these stencils here were actually I made on 3D printed them and just spray painted them. This one I cut out of paper. So we'll take a look and see what is actually inside the box. I don't have the key for it, so that's fine. We'll pop that open, and then inside, a place for everything and everything in its place. So here's the camera itself. Right here, I have the instruction manuals and some other stuff. There's these. When I bought this camera, it came with these like backing sheets. It also has a cold clip, and this is used for when you're taking pictures in colder temperatures, because at least the old style Polaroid film took some time to develop. The newer Fuji stuff isn't as bad. And then I have a spot for, this is the portrait set, or this is the close-up set and the portrait set, and these both reduce the minimum focusing distance on the camera. This big empty spot here is for film. I just don't have anything in there, and I forgot to put anything in there for this. And then I have just a little storage box to put pictures in when they're done, or negatives. Do that sometimes. I have the flash here, little box for flash bulbs. And then this is the timer, that old nice timer there. We'll pull the camera out. Underneath the camera itself, I have the instruction manual, and then I have a spot for a strap. I don't have the original strap for the camera, and I just think it's really hilarious to use this Kodak film strap, which is 35mm, nothing related to it. And then there was also the if you know anything about photographic history, Kodak kind of pissed off Polaroid with their one-step instant camera, and that was a huge bit of litigation. So there are a lot of, in antique stores, Kodak one-step instant cameras that are completely useless because you can't get the film for them. Now we'll take a look at the camera itself. This is the, like I said, this is the automatic 100. Open up the front there. This actually comes off pretty nicely. It's held on in place with a magnet on the body, which is nice. This is a really nice one because it's all metal. I have this other one over here. This is actually the first pack camera that I got, and this is the 210, and it's plastic. It's a few years later. It has a lot simpler focusing mechanism too. So then you pop up your rangefinder, and it is a rangefinder. It's got a rangefinder window, and then your regular viewfinder. Unfortunately, this one is off by a few inches to one side, so I gotta keep that in mind whenever I use it. And then you pull the front out, and it's got the bellows. Got your settings on the front. You set your film speed, and then there's a second setting that relates to other conditions that you're gonna shoot in. So there's different apertures and different exposure modes that it has. You can't really manually control anything. It's all up to the camera. That has this electronic eye, basically just a photo resistor that changes how the camera reacts to, and then this also changes your apertures. There are like these kits here. There are some color filters you get for it, but these particular kits, you open them up, and there's this piece here that clips on to the viewfinder itself that adjusts the viewfinder, and then this is the actual lens here that goes onto the front, and like I said, it changes the focus distance for the camera. And then it also has a piece that goes onto the flash as a diffuser to knock down the power from that, so you don't overexpose the pictures, because it kind of makes an assumption about what level of flash you're having. And the flash plugs into here. It actually uses just a standard PC sync size cable, but it also has this little nub on the side there. It activates it, tells it it has a flash connected to it, so it makes it changes it. And so how you focus this camera, I will take this off. It does not have any film in it, but I'll show that in a second. You hold it up, you look through the rangefinder, and in the rangefinder you have a little circle in the middle of it, and you try and overlap, get the two images to turn into one. So you just push this little bar at the top here back and forth, and actually I'm too close to focus on my camera there. I just have to go back like that, and so there's a little bit of fiddling around with it, so it's in focus. And then you go over here and compose your shot, which like I said, I have to look over to one side a little bit. You hit your shutter button, and then first you pull one tab, and then it pops, and then you pull the second tab, and that actually squeezes all the chemicals through, and then after a certain amount of time you peel the film apart. There are other videos out there about that you can take a look at. I'll pop this open here so you see that the film actually gets squeezed through these rollers here that also pop up to clean, which you do have to do because the chemicals will come out and they will kind of make your pictures not come out well. And then after every shot you have to reset. And if you're taking a picture with the flash, you have to put a new bulb in too. So I really enjoy these Polaroid pack film cameras. The brilliant thing is Fuji still makes film for these, and it works fantastically. It's great film. The color retention is really good on it. It develops really fast. The development process is self-terminating. It stops by itself, so you can leave it together as long as you want. You can leave them together and go someplace else, as long as they're kept moist. If they dry out, then you're screwed. Neat thing that you can do too with the Fuji film is if you with the color film only, you can actually clean the black backing off of it and use it as a regular color negative. So the process itself is pretty interesting. I won't get into that right now because I don't really know it exactly, and I'm sure there are some better videos out there. So these you can actually get for surprisingly cheap. The film is $10 a roll, which is better than what you'd get for the instant one-step cameras from the Impossible Project. That's like $25 for a pack of 8. The other little quirk about these things, this is an older version of the flash, so it takes a specialized battery. These guys take obscure batteries that are like $12 a piece at the cheapest, which is as much as you can get these cameras for sometimes. This one, I think I paid $20. It came with a case and a flash and some other stuff. So it is not an unreasonable price for it. Retail, you can get them for pretty cheap off eBay. If you're interested at all in photography, these things are cool. They're fun. They're so different to use, and they're just enjoyable in general. People get a kick out of them too. So until next time, take more pictures.